My name is Brian Fisher, and I'm the manager of the Media Relations Division for the Prince George's County Police Department, and we really appreciate you joining us this morning. Speaking with you this morning will be Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader, the County Executive for Prince George's County, Aisha Braveboy, the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police, Colonel Roland L. Butler, Jr., the Chief of the Bowie Police Department, Dwayne A. Preston, and the State's Attorney for Prince George's County, Tara Jackson. I would also like to recognize Prince George's County DCAO Mel Powell. Because this investigation remains very active, we'll take a few questions at the end of the presentation, but we'll be very limited in what we can answer. At this time, I'd like to introduce Prince George's County Police Chief George Nader.
Good morning. First, I'd like to thank members of the media for showing sensitivity during the reporting of this case. We know there were questions that you had and questions that we couldn't answer due to the investigation being ongoing. On September 5th, detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Homicide Division developed probable cause to present charges for the murder of Dacara Thompson. This morning, criminal charges were issued for first-degree and second-degree murder. The facts of the case: 19-year-old Dacara Thompson was last seen on August the 22nd. She was reported missing the very next day. On August the 21st, her family located the vehicle in the area of Jasmine Terrace in Hyattsville, Maryland. On August 31st, what we believe to have been Dacara's body was located by the Maryland State Police Department in the area of eastbound Route 50 at Route 97. On August 23rd, in the area of University Boulevard in Hyattsville, Maryland, a short distance from her vehicle, at approximately 3 a.m., for reasons still under investigation, it appears that Dacara willfully entered a vehicle being driven by Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez, 35-year-old male out of Bowie, Maryland. Through investigative techniques and video review, detectives were able to track the vehicle's movement to an address on Kimber Ridge Drive in Bowie, Maryland. On September 4th, several search warrants were obtained and executed pertaining to this case, which led detectives to obtain enough probable cause to take Hugo Rene Hernandez Mendez into custody and present him to the court commissioner for the murder of Dacara Thompson. We believe the murder occurred in the home on Cambridge Drive in Hernandez's bedroom. Her body was taken to the location that it was recovered at by Hernandez. At this time, there are no additional suspects. However, this investigation is ongoing. Our thoughts and prayers are with her family during this time. Detectives from the Prince George's County Police Department's Missing Persons Unit were quickly Bowie, who worked jointly and tirelessly to determine the facts of this case. Because the pre-existing relationships between our agencies, we are where we are. There's still a lot of investigative work to be done in this case, and we're asking members of the community or anyone that may have information about this case to contact us at 1-866-411-TIPS. Throughout this case, members at the highest level of our law enforcement agencies were kept abreast of every development, and cooperative decisions were made jointly. I have no words to express my appreciation for the Superintendent of the Maryland State Police, Colonel Butler, and Bowie's City Police Chief, Dwayne Preston, for their involvement. In addition to law enforcement involvement in this case, the highest level of our governments were kept abreast of this matter. This included daily briefings with Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Melvin Powell and County Executive Aisha Braveboy. both of who provided unwavering support for our teams who were conducting this investigation. Incidents like this affect our entire community. Ms. Braveboy's involvement in this case, for me, further reflects her passion for people and the community that we serve. On behalf of our department, I want to personally thank you for your support in this tough case. It meant a lot to me personally, and I appreciate it. At this point, I'll turn it over to County Executive Aisha Braveboy.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chief, and thank you to all of our public safety partners who are here with us today. But more importantly, I want to thank this community. When you found out that Dacara Thompson was missing, you answered the calls of her parents and her family to help find her, to locate her, because she means so much to so many. And so it is tough that we're at this point where the search is over and justice begins. I want to thank our superintendent. I want to thank also Chief Preston, the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department and its homicide unit, as I have repeated numerous times as state's attorney, the best of the best. I want to thank you for closing this case quickly. And now we will hand this case over to our state's attorney, Tara Jackson, to seek justice. But I did want to reflect on Dacara Thompson, young 19-year-old graduate of St. Charles High School in Charles County. She was living with her father, and part of the reason she lived here is because she was working for nonprofit Prince George's as part of her service year option that she decided to participate in, and that this activity is sponsored by our Governor Wes Moore. So this is a young woman who dedicated her young life to serving others, And I want that to ring home to all of you, that this is a good young woman who wanted to do good for her community. And now her community will stand behind her family as we seek justice for her. I will now turn the mic over to our Superintendent Butler.
Good morning. On behalf of Governor Wes Moore and the entire Maryland Department of State Police family, I'd like to extend my deepest condolences to the family and friends of Ms. Dacara Thompson, a young life that was taken far too soon. Shortly before 5 p.m. on August 31st, troopers from the Maryland State Police Annapolis Barrack were dispatched to the area of U.S. Route 50 between Maryland Route 424 and Interstate 97 in Anne Arundel County for the report of a disabled vehicle. Upon arrival, troopers observed a female lying unresponsive in a grassy area off the highway. Information obtained indicated that the disabled vehicle was unrelated to the investigation that we have embarked upon. Investigators from the Maryland State Police Criminal Enforcement Division South Region responded to the scene along with State Police crime scene technicians from our Forensic Services Division. They processed the scene. Shortly after, they contacted the Prince George's County Police. The Maryland State Police and the Prince George's County Police have been conducting a joint investigation into the death of Ms. Dacara Jackson. As additional information becomes available, I am sure the Prince George's County and the Maryland State Police will share that information with you. The circumstances surrounding her death still remain under investigation, so we will continue to answer those questions that we think the community and the family want those answers. Thank you. I'd like to introduce Chief Dwayne Preston from the City of Bowie.
Good morning. On behalf of our City Manager, Alfred D. Lott, I want to express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. Members of the Bowie Police Department have worked in great collaboration with Prince George's County Police Department and the Maryland State Police. And unfortunately, the evidence led to this incident culminating in the city of Bowie. We continue to work in partnership with our strong partnerships with our law enforcement agencies, and it's our prayer that as this case matriculates through the criminal justice system, that justice will be served for the family. Thank you.
Good morning. I too would like to first express my condolences to the family of Dacara Thompson. I cannot imagine the pain that the family is feeling right now. And I agree with the county executive when she says that the community is grieving with the family. I also want to thank the county executive and her leadership team, Chief Nader, Chief Preston, our Maryland State Police partners. We are indeed a team in bringing justice and protecting our community. I know that the public has been following this case closely, and oftentimes our community does not understand the legal process and roles of each member of our legal team, of our law enforcement team. So as State's Attorney for Prince George's, I'm here this morning to explain the legal process and next steps. The police have charged Mr. Hernandez-Mendez, as you've heard, with murder and related charges. He has appeared before a commissioner, a judicial officer, and that commissioner has determined that there is probable cause to support the charges, and he was held without bond. Mr. Hernandez-Mendez will now appear at a bond hearing. We're not sure whether that bond hearing will be today or on Monday. And during that hearing, the court will determine whether or not he should remain held. In making that decision, the court will look at the nature of the charges that are lodged against him, as well as the safety of the community. As I said, this bond hearing may occur on Monday and not today. At this point, there really is not much more that I can offer other than to say in the weeks to come, my office will do a thorough review of the evidence, and we will determine whether or not Mr. Hernandez-Mendez should be indicted, and if so, what he should be indicted for. It is important to remind our residents, and I want to do this always, that any person who is charged with a crime in Prince George's is entitled to due process through our judicial system, and it's my job as the state's attorney to ensure that the justice occurs, but that the processes are transparent and fair and in full accordance with the law. And finally, I just want to add that my office remains steadfast in working with our partners daily to make sure that our community is safe. Thank you.
So the deepest gratitude for the men and women of the Prince George's County Police Department that worked this case literally around the clock since she was reported missing. I deeply appreciate their efforts, and I appreciate the journalism that has covered this case to this point. Now we'll open it up for a few questions. Yeah.
Chief, I want to ask you your thoughts on what you think happened here with these two coming together, and then separately, is there any indication that she was alive moving around the home, or that this was a murder that happened?
We don't believe she was moving around the home. We believe everything transpired in the bedroom. So what is surrounding the two coming together, that's what we're still investigating.
Does the suspect have any other violent crimes in his past?
Nothing, not that we're aware of, but we are aware of one prior arrest that occurred with United States Park Police in April.
If it wasn't for that disabled car, would that area have been searched? Was that on your radar?
That area is probably about 7 miles away from the murder location, but a good distance away from where she went missing. So we are thankful that the Maryland State Police had the ability to locate that body based on that call for service.
Chief, was this suspect subject to an ICE detainer from that spring arrest?
He was not at that, he was not subject to an ICE detainer based on that spring arrest.
Not any other? Are you aware?
We believe that one was issued yesterday.
County executive or whoever wants to handle this, that's going to be an aspect in this case, given our time of day and age.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about that? This man's in the country illegally alleged.
So, as was indicated, he was arrested by U.S. Park Police, which falls under the auspices of the federal government. So the federal government arrested him in April of this year on a DUI charge. He was then released pending his trial. I don't believe his trial date has come up yet. So what we know is that he did not, according to our records, have any contact at the state level, but he was arrested by federal authorities in April.
I imagine that there's going to be some reaction to this man's arrest now in the news nationally. What are your thoughts about that? Is his status relevant at all in this case? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that the U.S. Government has made status of individuals relevant. This was someone who was in their custody, and they made the decision to release him. So I think the questions should be asked of the Justice Department. Thank you.
He will now have to face his charges here, though, correct?
Correct.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. So when Dacara was reported missing, I know that I talked to Brian about this. There wasn't like a flyer or anything put out on social media to get her face out, right? Can you talk just about that, like the fact that that wasn't put out right away and the case ended this way? Like what was done in the first few hours or days of the investigation?
So the facts as we have it is she was in that vehicle before she was ever reported missing. So we did canvass the area, we searched, we questioned people in the area, we looked for video, we did all of these things. As a practice, critical missings get distributed. But the family did a lot of hard work and they distributed information and you all covered that. So the information was out and the community had it. And the community was sending in tips as well. Sorry.
The body was first discovered, you were quick to say there's similar characteristics but we cannot identify.
Correct.
And the timeline up from that point to today, you kind of provide the details of when you could possibly identify the body.
So we met with the family and through that meeting, we were able to identify the body.
We'll take one more question.
We'll do two. You.
I was going to ask, are any investigators talking with the suspect as he is cooperating with his anything?
We did interview the suspect and we got limited cooperation.
I just asked, I want to ask this respectfully, any trauma to
We're not going to discuss the manner of death at this time. But thank you for your question. And thank you all. We really appreciate you coming out.